This is the 2025 Brewtubers Online Brewers Club Malt Experiment, Amber Ale. Thanks to our sponsors. 5 Star Chemicals. Check out their new online straight-to-consumer homebrew shop where you can buy everything from Star San and line cleaner to the new liquid PBW that can be used at temperatures as low as 58 degrees Fahrenheit. Check out their online store at 5starchemicals.com/home-brewing. Beer and Wine Hobby Homebrew Supply Store. A local homebrew shop in Danvers, Massachusetts. Order any malt they offer in any quantity you want, and if you order before 11 a.m., they'll package your items and ship out the very same day. Visit the store at www.beer-wine.com. Let's get tasting.
Hey guys, Matt here from Wrecked Brewery. We're going to do another beer review. This is of the 2025 Brewtubers Malt Experiment, where we all brewed the same amber ale recipe. I'm going to link the card here above of that base recipe. And we all added in one specialty malt to that base recipe. And so this is number 2, what I pulled out of the fridge. And I find it funny that I pulled this one out next, because I did mine first, which is a biscuit malt. This is, he's calling this super special, and he used the Briess special roast, which is kind of similar in some respects. So I found this to be interesting. This could be a nice little comparison with mine, I think. He's got a nice little label work here with Superman for the super special, he's calling it. He put 8 ounces of the special roast malt in here. So he used the same amount that I used of the Carolina biscuit. Information on the side of the can here, we have ABV of 4.5%, started out at 1054, final gravity 1013. So a little bit lighter than mine is as far as the ABV goes. Finished a little higher too, so I don't expect it to be as dry. It's under IBUs, he says 33-ish, so that's appropriate, right? We think we know what the IBUs are from the recipe, but we don't really know, right? Because it's certainly a little bit of a variable. So he brewed it on May 31st, so earlier than me, so he was one of the first ones, I believe. Kegged it on July 1st and canned it on July 18th. So let's go ahead and pop this open. Good pop on the can. And being that this is the special roast, I believe that's a little darker than the biscuit, so I was expecting this to be a little bit darker. The whole can doesn't quite fit in there. Yeah, it probably is a little bit darker than mine is. Very clear though, just like mine, actually. Let me bring this up to the camera so you guys can see it. Really should do those pour cams like Irondale had done, but you can see that straight through. But as you can see, definitely a little bit more color to it, a little bit of a darker hue than mine is, but just as brilliant looking in the clarity here. Yeah, you can see straight through that, perfectly clear. Now, what I do know about the special roast, I did look it up because I don't believe I've ever used it. It is from Briess. It's 40 SRM, and you can use it anywhere from like 5 to 10% of the total grain bill. I forget exactly what his percentage would be for 8%. I'll put it on the screen. I'm sure that's not quite 5%. It might be a little bit less, but I'll put it there. But some of the characteristics that they call for in this malt, it's going to be toasty, biscuity. They specifically call it bran flakes. So if you've ever had that cereal, you might know what this could taste like. And they talk about like a sourdough or like a tanginess there from it. It is more deeply roasted than their Victory malt. Their Victory is, I believe, somewhere in the 20s, 25 SRM, maybe 28, something like that. So a little bit lighter, not as roasted, of course. Also does the whole toasty, biscuity. I think you get some nutty character from it as well. Kind of baked bread notes, things like that. So this is kind of similar, but it's going to be a little bit more roasted. So you're going to get a little bit different of a character out of it. Let's go ahead for an aroma. Oh, that's cool. That's that's very sweet on the nose, kind of like mine is. Now, so the difference between one of the characteristics that I'm thinking of for the difference between the special roast and that biscuit malt that I used is mine talks about freshly baked baguettes and the sweet underside of a cookie. This is definitely getting some of that sweetness here. I don't know if it's quite a cookie scent so much as maybe more, I don't know, maybe more like raisiny kind of a smell to this. Maybe a little bit like kind of like fig, you know, that kind of an aroma. I'm not picking up, not really picking up like, you know, the sort of toasty or roasty kind of notes in that at all. A little bit of that bread notes to this probably. And you know, as the more I whiff at this, the tanginess, I don't know if that's supposed to come in the taste or the aroma, but I could certainly detect that it could be, you know, could have a little bit of tanginess just from the aroma, that it might follow that in the taste. Yeah, that's a really interesting smelling beer there. Well, let's go ahead for a taste. Cheers. Yeah, that is definitely a nice amber ale for sure. Yeah, I think I definitely can tell that it's a little bit more toasty, a little bit more roasty than mine was, for sure. Still picking up some of the bread characters, the biscuity flavors. See if I can pull anything else out here. Yeah, I could, you know what? I could definitely see the bran flakes for sure in this. It took me a minute to detect that, but yeah, that certainly is there. And I could see the tanginess that they're talking about actually, because it doesn't get you right away, but you could feel it at the back end of the taste, right, you know, right at the back of your tongue. Definitely getting that a little bit of that tanginess that's kind of lingering, you know, after you're done with the sip. Certainly isn't sweet like mine is though. Still getting the toasty, the biscuity flavors. Certainly that bran flake, of course, and then the tanginess at the back end, but not any of the sweetness that I got out of mine. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, I think this definitely complements this beer. This definitely complements this recipe for sure. But I think if I were to critique anything myself, I might use a little bit less of this malt, because it certainly is shining through beyond the others, I believe. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but just for my own personal preference, I might have pulled it back a little bit. Take a couple ounces away, and you might have something really nice here. But again, nothing to take away at all from this beer. Did a great job, Jerry. I do appreciate you joining in on the experiment and contributing this, because, you know, I've never had this malt before, so it's really interesting to see what the special roast does to a beer, and it certainly stands out in this one. So great job, Jerry. Very nice beer, well executed, and really cool malt. Yeah, very nice. I'm gonna enjoy this off the rest of this off of camera. Let me think. If for ranking this beer, I hate to say it, but I think I'm going to put it below mine. I do like the more biscuity, more sweetness, more you know, the cookie thing that my beer was giving. I do like that a little bit more than the bran flakes. I never really liked the bran flakes. I can't even say the word. Never really liked the bran flakes cereal personally. So maybe that's kind of jading my opinion here a little bit on this one, but you know, definitely a very close contender to mine for sure. There's a lot of similarities, and there's just that couple of things that kind of tip the scale between those two beers. So really interesting. Can't wait to dig into these other beers and see what they contribute. But yeah, again, thank you, Jerry. Great beer. Really enjoyed this one. I'm gonna go ahead and thank our sponsors, 5 Star Chemicals, for keeping our brewery nice, clean, and sanitized, and to Beer and Wine Hobby for supplying all of the ingredients to everyone in this experiment. Our homebrew shop of the club. So thank you, everybody. We'll see you guys on the next one. And come join us on brewtubers.com. And you can join in on fun experiments like this. Cheers.